time. I wish I had more surf footage to make this video more surf oriented, but hang in there and watch it. You'll learn a lot of good stuff, and if you're looking to buy a board, you'll want to know Chris. How you guys doing? I went up to British Columbia, to Vancouver area, and then up further into the intercoastal waterways, and I went on an unbelievable little paddle adventure with Norm Hahn. And I went up as the guest of Norm Hahn and Chris Smith, who is the owner of Quickwater Canada. Our Sonova distributor up there, all things Sonova, you go to Chris at Quickwater Canada. And this video is about my trip with him. I'm having a hard time making the video because the trip to Norm Hahn is going to be a separate video. That was a whole nother adventure. I'll put a little bit of the footage in here because Chris is a guide that works with Norm, and he's been trained by him in wilderness paddling and stuff. And Chris has done some pretty amazing 3-day solo paddles out in the middle of nowhere by himself, testing all his knowledge that he learns through Norm. So that was fun. Chris took me personally on a couple of days where it was just he and I went out paddling, and I'll put some of the video into that. But mainly what I want to talk to you about is what I found out about Chris by hanging out with him. Number one, he's a really nice guy. And number two is he has a really good core group of people around him. Where he has his warehouse, where he stores all his product. He shares the warehouse he sublets from a guy who has been in the surf industry forever that sells blanks. He sells all this other surf stuff. He's a great resource. He's really, really involved in helping Chris. And then also right underneath him and just to the side of him is a guy that does unbelievable repairs on stand-ups. I mean, he's really, really good, and he's right there. So when you deal with Chris, you get somebody that really understands flat water boards. He surfs really well. We did a surf trip. Unfortunately, I have zero footage. One day I forgot my tag strap for a solo shot, so I couldn't take the tag out. And it was surf that day, and it wasn't foggy, so you know we could have got some footage, but I didn't get any. And the next day was super foggy, and FRP Bob, a really nice guy, he brought me a solo shot strap, so I could use it. I guess I left mine home at Chris's house when we swapped from going on a Norm Hahn trip to our Vancouver Island trip. So I had the strap, I had the tag. The waves were actually pretty big. They were like 1.5 head high. There was like 15 layers of whitewater to get out. It was extremely gnarly to get out. A lot of people weren't getting out at all. It wasn't a great surf day, but the solo shot followed me all the way out. And as soon as I got out past the break after about a 20-minute battle, solo shot lowered its head and stared at the beach where the waves were crumbling into the sand and never got one wave. What the hell is this thing?
Mosso Pantera, 1972. Disco machine.
Mind if I jump in with you?
Yeah, man, hop on in.
Is the whole back seat a motor?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Look at this shit. Look at this.
Nice neat, eh?
I grew up in the 60s, so the muscle car sound is invigorating.
Nice, yeah.
So this is a little bit different. Your car is a motor and a transmission and wheels.
Yeah. German transmission, Ford motor, and everything else is Italian.
Well, and then right here we got a left point over there. We got a little right point here. We got more point brakes down that way. We got Chris in his Mercedes Sprinter, which was my travel van all this week.
How's that?
That's pretty good. I love your friends, Chris. This is a freaking blast. I swear to God, everybody I've met with Chris has been very entertaining, very different, a wide group of friends. So getting to know Chris is great. And this video is for him. I just wish that I had something. I've got scenery. The scenery's unbelievable. I'll probably put this talking up in the corner and put a whole bunch of the scenery while I'm talking. It was a stunningly beautiful place to go. I've always wanted to go to the Northwest Passage. I designed a trawler yacht one time, and I wanted to go through the Panama Canal and go up and do that Northwest Passage from Seattle up to Anchorage, Alaska, and see the fjords and the snow-capped mountains. But I got to see all that on the trip with Chris and with Norm Hand. And you'll see a bunch of the snow-capped mountains, even though it was almost summertime. I 100% stand behind him. He understands the extreme currents and the real dangerous conditions they have up in those passageways going Northwest Passage. There's a lot of places with currents you can't paddle against, and if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get in trouble. And Chris understands all that stuff, and so if you're looking for flat water gear, the Point Break, the Norm Hahn Expedition is an amazing board if you want a tour overnight. It's got all the tie downs. You want a day board, one that you can surf as well as the 12-foot Point Break. I paddle that most of the time up at Norm Hand's because a lot of time we were dealing with wind, and I'm just more comfortable on a surf SUP in wind. I like that low in the water feel rather than the higher in the water. I mean, the Expedition's a super stable board, but I just like I like the way a surf SUP works through waves and stuff like that, because that's what I've done my whole life is surf. So the Point Break is an amazing board. He also surfs the 951, and a lot of guys up there do. It's a great board for the conditions up there. It's very stable. It's good for beginner, intermediate. It's a really fast board, and it's good for long points where you got to make some speed or small days. It's also good in flat water. So we did reviews all along the way. We did reviews everywhere we went. We were setting up stands and doing.
There we go. We just got a container in just the other day, so I've got 4 or 5 of these. Give us a shout. Rick Weeks endorsed and supported. SUP Canada or Quickwater Canada. Give me a buzz. Look forward to hearing from you.
Super good guy. You will start a relationship with him, and you're hooked for life. Like the guy standing behind the camera, he's hooked now.
Bring him in. Bring him in. Christopher.
Chris. Thanks for the ride up here. That was freaking awesome. I'm smiling. I've never been in a Pantera. I mean, that was just stunning. That was fun. Never sat in a car with a V8 behind my head.
Yeah, it's a bit noisy. You get used to it after a while anyways. Yeah, it's not the...
This is Chris Hall. I met Chris here when I first moved back here 4 or 5 years ago, and Chris has been up surfing here for 30 years and killing things on the SUP world now for the last 15.
About that, yeah. What are you riding? I'm riding a Snova Flow, and I have 2 other boards that I want to talk about at some point. But,
how big is your flow? 90?
90 Flow, yeah. I really enjoy the board. It's,
how tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
6'4" and 90 flow. Yeah. That's pretty good.
It's not bad, yeah. Got good balance, I guess.
You do.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful place out here. This is great.
Come up here, you get to surf Point Breaks, you get to meet guys like this, and you get ride boards like this.
There you go. We're all Chris's up here too, so
yeah.
It's easy. All of his friends are named Chris, Steve, or Rick.
That's right.
And the girls are all Heather. So look at the camera. It's bobbing. It's agreeing. It's
wind is coming up.
Right.
Go to see Chris. Get in touch with Chris. Chris Smith from Quickwater Canada. The Sonova distributor is an amazing resource, and if you live in Canada and you want to stand up, he's the guy to see. He is, whether it's flat water or surf. And if you just want to meet a really nice guy that knows a lot of stuff about the area, plus he's lived in Newfoundland on the East Coast. I mean, he's a Canada distributor, so everybody in Canada deals through him. So, you know, he knows the whole scene. So, Chris, thank you. Man, that was really, really fun. I had an awesome time. It's a spectacularly beautiful place. I was constantly just looking around with my mouth open, just soaking in the scenery. It was amazing, and I love the people up there. Fantastic time. It's a Sonova, babe.
Hello, good to
Hi.
see you. Good to see you. You're
Heather?
Bob. I'm Heather. Nice
Hi.
to meet you.
Good to
meet you.
Now,
Finally.
where did you come from?
What do you mean?
Like, are
Uh,
you Port Alberni?
Empty beaches. Beautiful.